welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. My name is Alana Simone. So you guys, today, as you notice, I'm in a different area in my house. We are currently moving, and so, it's just been a lot transitioning and everything. So I'm just trying to find at least one place that I can position my camera and my light and everything just to make a video. So the video looks crazy. Sorry in advance, but I still want to get on here and make sure that I make this video for you guys. So this video, we're going to be talking about waiting to have sex until marriage. And so, I think this is really important because I think oftentimes, especially growing up in church, we talk a lot about, people tell us to, that we need to wait to have sex until we're married and all this stuff. So that's often what we're told. But it's not common for a lot of people to actually uphold to that. And so today I just wanted to talk about, just waiting to marriage and really, dive into that topic because it's important. And I feel like oftentimes, people desire to, they want to, but sometimes they just don't know how to. And oftentimes I feel like the church especially doesn't do that very good of a job of discussing this type of topic. They just tell you to wait and don't have sex until you get married. But then it's like, okay, then what? Now they really leave it up to you in your imagination and your mind to figure out what that means. And, half of the people who are telling you this, they didn't do that themselves. And so you're like, okay, somebody's telling me that this is wrong. And, if I have sex, I'm just going to go to hell and God won't love me and, X, Y, and Z. And so it really leaves us with no direction on how to navigate through, figuring out how to even wait until marriage. And so, I really wanted to just start by talking about my journey. So I'm personally waiting till marriage to have sex. And, it's been an interesting experience. It's been an interesting journey. I grew up in church. And so I really was taught that. But ultimately it was my own choice in order to uphold that. And so I had to make a decision on if I was going to or not. And fortunately for me, I decided that I was going to. Regardless of my circumstances, regardless of my family's past history, regardless of many different things, I decided that this is something that I wanted to do for myself and also for my future kids. I wanted to not only set myself up for success, but set them up for success. And so, nobody really taught me how to navigate through that. I kind of just had to figure this out on my own. I would say that it's been very different. I don't think that there's a special recipe, special tool, but I will say what has really helped me is really making sure that I keep God as the highest priority relationship in my life. And so what does that look like? That means taking time to, study his word, taking time to acknowledge him in my life and really saying Lord, I don't know how to do this. Nobody in my family has ever done this. And I'm stepping into something that they haven't done before, that hasn't been done in my family line. And so you have to help me. People are telling me I need to do this, and I want to do this, because I have to make that decision for myself. But I don't know how, Lord, how am I supposed to do this? Because, nobody has done this before, so help me. And so he's been so good at helping me. He's, once I decided that I wanted to make the decision to wait, he was like, okay, babe, we just partnered together, and he really took my hand from there. He's took me on a journey and took my life and navigated to where I've been able to uphold myself and stay true to the thing that I committed to. And so, it's been a different journey. It hasn't been easy at all because, I am a human, and sometimes my flesh be like, sis, okay, especially if I see somebody cute or something, that flesh getting talking to you in your mind, it's like, girl, you could just risk it all right now. What you doing? And so I have a lot of times where I really have to talk to myself. I have to go to God, especially in those times of temptation or where I just feel like, all hope is lost. And I recently went through a time in my life where I just felt like I was all alone, and I felt like I was the only one on this journey. And that, you know, it just, sometimes you can get to a point where you just feel lonely, and you just feel like, okay, Lord, I know that I'm doing this because I want to, first of all, please you, but also honor and respect myself in doing this and set myself up for success in my future family. But it can get lonely at times. It can get frustrating. It can just make you feel like, you know, what am I really waiting for? What am I really, doing? And so God really showed me a different, just a different light on that. And he just showed me, every time my mind would go to like thinking that, oh, maybe I could just do this, or maybe, all this stuff, maybe it doesn't even matter, or maybe I'm all alone. He would remind me of all of the whys, of why I should keep on going, how far I made it this far, and how it's not just about me, but it's for my children, it's for their children, and it's breaking generational curses throughout my family line. And so this is something that I've been pushing forward and pushing to do, because why? I realize it's not just for me, it's for generations to come. And so once I recognized that was my why. And that was why I was like, okay, this is going to make me continue to keep going. So if you are waiting for marriage, one thing that has helped me that I would encourage you to do is write down your why. Why are you doing this? Who are you doing this for? And what will you feel like once you've accomplished this? Because it's ultimately a goal that we are trying to reach, because the ultimate goal will be marriage. And then in marriage, we can enjoy and have, as much sex as we want and live our best lives, But until then, we have to set our goals. We have to set ourselves up for success so that we are able to accomplish and achieve these things. Because for me, I know nobody in my family has ever done this. And so I have to now take a stance. I'm creating a pathway that was not created for me. And so, thank God for my parents that they even exposed me to church, and really they kind of jump started the way for me to even think about a new perspective of even wanting to wait for marriage. So shout out to my parents, because they're the real ones. But ultimately it was my decision to decide if I was going to or not, and knowing that it was going to come with a lot. It was going to come with a lot of pressure. It was going to come with a lot of days where I just felt like I couldn't do it, because why? I'm breaking into something that hasn't been done before. And so if you're standing on waiting for marriage, and let's say you're like me, you're the first in your family to do so, I really encourage you to keep going. Write down your why, and write down and remember it all throughout your journey. That's what's been helping me and getting me through this. And really, when you're feeling like maybe giving up, or you're feeling like you can't really do it, I would encourage you to reach out to someone that you may trust and just express your feelings to them. Because in times when I felt like I don't really know if I can keep on doing this, I reached out to people. I didn't just let it, hold in and, ponder on that. I reached out and just, talk to them about it. Sometimes we just need to have conversations and be open. Like, this is how I'm feeling. I'm human. My goal is to wait till marriage, but ultimately sometimes I do feel tempted, especially, in this area. So can you help me and figure out like how I can navigate better through this? And just talking to people can just release those things from you and actually, give you a fresh new perspective on it. And so if you're waiting, just know you're not alone. I'm here with you. We're on this journey together, and, I'm trying to figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out, but I know my why has helped me, because it's not just for me. It's a generational thing. And also really cleaning into God and knowing that he knows what's best for me. He really desires us to want to have sex and want to explore these things, but he knows that it can be blessed and it can be pure and it can be holy in the union of marriage. And so that's one thing that I've decided to do for myself. And that's what, I'm sticking to and working towards. So just know that there are people still waiting. You're not alone. And even when, the enemy may come in your mind and throw things at you and make you feel like you are, just know, come back to this video, know that you are not alone. I'm right here with you, and we're on this journey together. And, just like I'm making it, I know that you will make it too. So write down your why. You can do it. It's not all for nothing. It's not like, oh, I'm the only one. Everybody else is doing this. And, out here having sex and out here, just risking it all. But no, what may seem right does not end in good things. So just know that you can do it. You can make it through. And it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. You have the choice to make a decision for your own life. And so if you feel like waiting is good for you, then that's okay. And it's really okay. And if you have been in, already having sex and all that stuff, it's never too late to pull back and recommit yourself to God and wait again, because he will honor that and he will bless that. So it's never too late. Just because we go into sin and maybe we didn't know how to navigate through it, or we didn't know how to, really work through it, we don't have to stay stuck. God still gives us grace and mercy, and he shows us that. And so just know that, neither one, like, just because I'm waiting doesn't mean I'm like the super perfect thing. And just because you already maybe have experience having sex doesn't mean that you're this super bad person. Like, we all have a choice. And so, I just chose to, wait. And that's what I'm choosing to do. And just like I have a choice, you have a choice to whether you, want to continue down the path that you're going, or, decide to just recommit and wait. And so it's really up to you. And so, I feel like we just need to have really more open discussions about this, because people are out here having sex. People are out here living their lives, like, all that stuff. But I feel like they're just doing it because there's nobody that's speaking up about it, and there's nobody who's really helping them navigate through this. We can only be told things so much. I was just fortunate enough to, have wisdom at such a young age to be able to navigate the best to my ability. But everybody is not as fortunate as that. And so if we want to see better, we have to, first of all, do better at teaching and providing people with resources in order to, do better in life, instead of just telling them and saying, like, you're bad if you don't do this. Well, I mean, and then half of the people in the world is bad, because most people are out here having sex. So, but it's never too late to recommit. I just really wanted to share this and really open this up for discussion, and know that if you're waiting, you're not alone. And just know that there will be a great reward in the end, and God will honor your wait. So you guys, I really hope this video encouraged you today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.